when we ask ourselves, what is the one thing that distinguished between successful human societies and non-successful human societies? The answer is the ability to change. Successful societies knows how to change and to adapt to the changes around them. They know how to make the transition. The tribes who didn't pass from the Stone Age to the Iron Age has vanished from memory. The societies who didn't do the transition from agricultural economy to the industrial economy has collapsed. Countries that didn't do the passage from the industrial society to the global society of high-tech and social networks were left behind. Israel has this ability. We have the ability to change in a non-violent way. We have the ability to reinvent ourselves once and once again. We did it in 1948, when a handful of Holocaust survivors has become a nation of warriors that established a state. We did it in the 50s and once again in the 90s, when millions of immigrants has flooded Israel and changed its demography almost at once. We did it in the transition from the nation of the Talmud to the nation of the kibbutz, from the nation of the kibbutz to the nation of education, from the nation of education to the startup nation. And this last part we did particularly well. There's something in the Israeli DNA, or actually in the biography of the Jewish people, that is especially legible to the information, to the knowledge era, to the information era. The collective Jewish memory that was created and refined in many centuries of studying the Talmud and the Torah is now looking at the information highway, and everything seems to be familiar. The links between one subject and another, the intuitive uptake of the data, the ability to dig more and more in the same place and find within it again and again new things. Knowledge is liquid and changing and being erased and rewritten incessantly. My friend, Professor Manuel Trachtenberg, is calling it vujadu, which is the opposite of déjà vu. This is to say, it's the ability to look at something and to see in it the things that no one saw before you. And when this exists in your foundations, when you know how to change, when you know how to be changed, the difficulties you're experiencing are only minor mishaps in a world that is becoming more and more competitive, more and more flat and global. We know about ourselves something that other people do not know, that whatever happened, whatever the circumstances are, we will know how to make the best out of them. Each and every time we will face a problem, we will know almost instinctively how to make a chance out of it. And in these next 2 years, we're going to be changed once again. The big move that we're doing now in order to make the ultra-Orthodox public to enter the labor market, the job market, is seen to many people today as a solution of a problem or as a social move. But this is first and maybe foremost a great economical opportunity. Those young ultra-Orthodox has dedicated their lives to knowledge and to information. They know how to think, and they know how to explore. And if we want to create here an economy that is based on innovation and creativity, their entrance to the labor market is a pep shot that can only be compared with what happened here in 1991, when more than 1 million educated, hardworking immigrants came here from the former Soviet Union and lifted the Israeli economy to the sky, the potency and the intellectual flexibility of those young Haredi kids, combined with the innovation and possibilities of the Israeli economy, are going to change again the Israeli society. And in the same way, the other great move that we have activated in order to reduce the centralization of the Israeli economy is also being perceived as a solution for a problem. But it is taking an economy that was impured and fossilized and brings back its flexibility. And in the same way, the moves that we're taking in order to improve the competitiveness of the economy, the reforms in areas like the civil aviation and cars and food and standardization, they are all dramatic. But the reason for the fact that they are dramatic is because every Israeli, whether he supports these steps or not, knows one thing. They know it's going to happen. It will happen because this is the way we do things, because our ability to change is the only fixed thing in the Israeli society. And therefore, the other great move that we're doing, the third great move we're doing, will also take place. And this is bringing to Israel the big international companies like Intel and Cisco, and parallelly to keep on supporting Israeli startups through the chief scientists and through the Ministry of Economy in order to create here the new ways and the new checkpoint. And this combines with all the things we do in front of countries like China and India and Brazil. We are not alone in the world. And our ability to change is especially essential in front of a dynamic world that keeps on changing all the time. And in this last month, for the first time after a very, very long recession, the world is changing for the better. The United States, our big sister, is emerging from the crisis. Growth is better, the markets are recovering. The boom in the Far East doesn't seem like it's going to stop, and even Europe starts to recover. And one of the first beneficiaries, maybe the first beneficiary from that, is going to be Israel. The fact that we kept, throughout the world crisis, on an economy in high growth, which is innovation-based, with unemployment in a rate which is one of the lowest in the Western world, puts us in an opening position which is almost without competition. And now that the global tendency is changing. The other day I was sitting with the technology minister of India, and we have agreed on establishing a mutual R&D fund. And yesterday I met with John Chambers, the head of Cisco, which is the leading company in the world in the area of information technology. And we talked about the fact that he wants to expand the very successful R&D operation they have here, and about the fact that he recently acquired an Israeli company for $5 billion, and now he's looking for further partnerships around here. And then I met in the same day with a delegation of 30 of the largest business people in China, who are looking here for investment opportunities. Why are they here? They are here because they know that if the world is changing, it is changing on the basis of entrepreneurship and innovation and creativity, and therefore it is worthwhile to them to be in the only place that has proven once and once again that it knows how to change and when to change and what to change. Don't miss this opportunity. Come and change with us. Thank you very much.